Yeah, no worries, Glacier Wolf. Not gonna make a habit of non-turbo runs. But right now it's wait an indeterminate amount of time because I don't have any accelerator to cure the super glue that we're waiting on, or use a different controller. So use a different controller it is. Oh, Gumby, would you send that my way in not a Twitch chat so I don't lose it? So I cannot currently click on that. I would love to see a diagram of the SID chips state variable filter. Exactly. It's for the content. Anybody who hangs out on Beatus' stream understands just how valuable it is to have some content. Who are we dedicating this run to? Dedicating a run to Sakaguchi cost me my controller, so he's in timeout for the rest of the day. Is there somebody in the credits called Tim? I'm not familiar with a Tim. The translator. Oh, Ted Woolsey. All right, yeah. No worries, no worries. Yeah, Ted. Similar to, but legally not, Tim. Timothy Woolsey. That's what at least one person has called him. No, you're the first person to speak up. This run's going to be dedicated to Ted Woolsey. When's the last time that I did a non-turbo run? It's at least 2 or 3 years ago. Since the Esper Cave warp that uses turbo. I spent like 3 hours trying to duplicate that mashing, and it will not. It's too much. I instinctively reached for the turbo switch. I don't have one of those. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to stop reaching for that. I'm just reaching up into the middle of the controller where there's nothing. Free time save when I get my turbo back? That's absolutely true. Nice ATB. This is guaranteed to be a triple first try gal run. That would be very funny. If I just had the luck of the gods throughout the whole run. And it resulted in a just absolutely wild non-turbo PB. A lot of believers in chat. Tell you, I hope you're right. I don't think we've gotten any tonics. It's a Ted Woolsey run. It has to win. Hope so. Not looking great. Don't love this ATB. NL7, how's it going? If this PBs, it'll most likely be the new non-turbo, no sketch world record. Probably. I don't think that non-turbo is at this point particularly competitive, though. Like, there is no good argument for non-turbo in this game. Like, there are other games where you could say, like, there's a strong case for turbo meaningfully changing the game. Not this one. Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster requires turbo for the optimal route, but the world record is still non-turbo. That's interesting. Why does it require turbo? Because PR, I think you can still just hold A, right? And you get frame perfect minuing during battles. Shop mashing for fire rods. For real. What does mashing in the shop do for you in Pixel Remaster? It's like, you can buy multiple rods. Like, just in one go. For the first purchase? Wait, so something about the Karnak purchase? What good does mashing in that shop do? Wait, it lets you buy more than one rod by mashing? Are you for real? That's a really weird regression. Why is that? Because that's not true in the SNES version. That's so wild. Wait, do you just straight up not get kicked out of the shop if you turbo? Arbalest Alchemist, thank you very much for the good luck. But yeah, at this point, I don't think that there's any mechanical difference in the Final Fantasy VI no sketch route. Used to be that, like, there was one trick that you got access to for free by using turbo, but now I think turbo versus non-turbo is just you spend 3 hours of your life mashing the A button. So yeah, if you're gonna speedrun this game, just use turbo. If you're going to speedrun this game on hardware, get an ASCII pad, but also make sure that the ASCII pad that you get is not going to require repairs like every 3 months. It's a minor bummer. And then you'll end up playing on a non-turbo controller and you'll go, wow, this sucks. Sure do wish that I had turbo. You can get more with non-turbo even, but you get like 2 extra on turbo before it kicks you out. That's cool. It's fine. Yeah, that's really wild that it kicks you out based on time rather than button presses. Because yeah, that's not a bug that exists in the Super Famicom version. That's a new bug that they cooked up just for Pixel Remaster. That's so cool. That's not even the wildest shit in PR. I mean, you're about to talk about the resize bug, right? Like, and yeah, that's buck wild, but I think nobody does it really. You survived Home Depot? Congratulations. Did you miss anything? My turbo controller gave out. This is a non-turbo run. I wasted everybody's time for like 20 minutes while I was getting everything repaired and super glued, and the super glue needs to cure, so we're here now. Had a little fun AMA, yeah. As opposed to the impromptu AMAs that happen like every time that I speedrun. Hey, I love this ATB. Cheat installation to make your basement less open to the outside. Sounds like a good thing to have. As an aside, lashing sheet goods to the top of the hatchback as possible. You don't recommend it. You know, that sounds like a fine recommendation. Yeah, the pink stuff is usually fiberglass, although fiberglass can also come in like a beige color. The beige fiberglass is usually rigid, I think. Or at least more rigid than the pink stuff. A lot of, in the US, a lot of home studio DIYers use the rigid fiberglass for acoustic treatment. There's a pretty decent video by Mike Delgadio about how to get that set up. And that said, all of my panels that I built from non-rock wool, non-fiberglass acoustic material, because I like audio treatment that isn't going to shed fibers. My understanding is that it's not a problem, but it is even less of a problem when you just don't use the material. Nooster, thank you very much for the good luck. Hope you're doing well. Set up some acoustic treatment in the room where your stereo is going to go. Hell yeah. Like, most of my serious listening is done through headphones, but... Escron, thank you so much for the good luck. Good to see you, friend. Hey, everybody, you should all be following Escron. That is, in fact... what the S stands for. The S stands for you should be following Escron. You have nice headphones and nice speakers. Sometimes it feels nicer to have nothing on your head. Yeah, I'm in the same position. I love really, really nice headphones. And I have in the States I have a lot of pairs of really nice headphones. In Finland I have some pairs of pretty good headphones. Really only 2 pairs of genuinely like really good headphones right now, both of which are modified Fostex from Corndan, who's just done tons and tons of work mastering that particular craft. And then it's just, I've only got near field monitors, so like, I've got a pair of Kali Audio INs, but like they're near field. You know, they cut off pretty sharply below 50 hertz, and I forget what their frequency response is, but it's like, you know, it's fine, but it's not amazing. I think it's like 41, 42 hertz and above, which is, you know, good for near field monitors, but my headphones all reproduce below 20 hertz. So for serious listening, it's got to be the headphones. Yeah, Corndan has gotten really good at it. His most recent foray has been working on fashioning wood cups, which is pretty damn cool. Fat Swordsman, how's it going? Thank you for the no penalty backseat. Do not cause yourself pain mashing, but also good luck. Yeah, if it gets to the point where I can tell that I'm going to regret doing this, I'll call it. What? Okay. Yeah, and the T50 RP Mark IIIs just lend themselves so well to being modified. You can do a lot of things to impact their character while keeping the sort of quintessential planar magnetic sound that they have. Sir Puffin, how's it going? You've been pleasantly happy with Monoprice's planers. I mean, they're at some point, right? Like, planers are going to sound like planers. Odyssey has done a good job of pushing the boundary there, but even there, it's well into diminishing returns, and I think everybody is aware of that. Like, you can only do so much to change the characteristic of a piece of gear. And planers just do tend to have a specific sound. Just finished your bike ride? Nice. You mostly listen to metal, so let's not pretend that it's the most nuanced. I mean, there's plenty of nuance in metal, right? Depending on what you're listening to. But there's plenty to be said for the production talent and work that goes into producing metal music. Oop. I mean, my rule is that if you enjoy listening to it, you're having fun, then it's a good band to listen to. There are some types of music that do take a little bit more work to really get into them. And once you get into them, you can find some pretty nuanced and interesting enjoyment from them. But all in all, listen to what you're having fun with. Nice. Yeah, Arten Zevius, I was talking about that earlier. I'm the same way. Really the only genre of music that I've bounced off of, and I'm sure that there is, something that'll get me into it, but so far that I've bounced off of has been harsh noise music. I haven't found the way to really get into it yet. I mean, if you had heard harsh noise, you would know it is a specific genre. It's pretty much what it says on the tin. In L7, yeah, you're not that far off. That gold is fake as hell, but I'll take it. Yeah, Yeti, I mean, that's true across the genre boundaries. Some albums, even with very good songs on them, are just they're mixed rough. There was a period of time where just everything that you could purchase, every new, like all new music, was mixed to brick wall. And it's a bummer. Because outside of like, you know, using Radio Shack specials, you can hear that lack of dynamic range. So it's a bummer, but it is what it is. H-Monk, how's it going? Sounds like it requires some level of mass. I mean, I don't think so. I have no doubt that the people who are really into harsh noise are into it for a reason, and like they are at a point where they're able to find, you know, artistic merit and enjoyment, genuine enjoyment out of it. That's just not where I am. It took me a lot of listening to like beyond Coltrane, right? But to the more difficult to take in forms of jazz for me to really get why people listen to that as well. But after a certain point, you know, just like learning to enjoy coffee or wine or beer or so many other things, you get to the point where you kind of get it. And I assume that it's the same way with harsh noise. I just don't have really any impetus to push myself to that. Very happy to get to chill out and chat today. Well, hey, it's good to see you as well. Thank you for the good luck. Definitely having fun, hanging out with a bunch of cool people, getting to play a fun game. Nothing to complain about. Okay, well, I am doing a run without turbo, so I do have one thing to complain about. This is my obligatory complaint. Please. Thank you. Alright, well, I guess I'm going to be healing Terra. Alright, so I heal Terra, and then I hope that Edgar gets punched with a crit from Ultros. That's how I want this to go down. Alright. Come on, crit Edgar. Please. Well, you tried. Nice. I mean, yeah, the run's back on track by virtue of having reset. Binder News, how's it going? Saying he fell from the raft isn't super accurate? Yeah. Ah, I hate this. Okay. Good doggy? I mean, I don't know. You really don't want to see Interceptor during those two fights, because it is strictly possible for Shadow to decide that he's gone He's done. He didn't sign up for this. Once we get to this point, the camp, we're fine. Because we'll get to the Phantom Woods, and we should be running away from those. No problem. Because the ghosts don't use physical attacks, so they can't jump in the way. He can't leave during the camp sequence. And then once you're on the train, it's fine. So really, as long as you get to the camp, you're good. But having Interceptor show up during those first two fights is actually kind of scary. Hopefully, what we see, though, is a good dog during the upcoming grunt fight. Preemptive? No, not even close. It's wild that they coded that in, considering how little it can trigger. I mean, it triggers very, like, not too terribly much if you are playing this as a straight shot and you're on a step route, so you don't get many encounters at all. Like, there's only 2 valid encounters for Shadow to run away from on step route. But if you're not on a step route, you can have, 6 encounters on the way to the camp. And that's assuming that you know where you're going and you go directly to the camp and nowhere else. And then you can have encounters after the camp as well. On the step route, we don't, but, that's very purposeful. Oh, yeah. I think that he can also bail out if you hire him from Collingen. It's the same trigger. Nope. Come on. Nice. So a good dog would be the Templar missing. Nope. Oh well. Still. Still. Overall, not too bad. Alright, if they punched Cyan and he counterattacked, that would be nice. Nope. Alright, you go first. Nice. Well, there's the first time that I forgot that I have to mash this entire game. I would say first non-turbo mistake coming in at 51 minutes, not the worst. Evan Chaos, how's it going? I am doing pretty well, thank you for asking. How about yourself? Doing all right. A bit stressed because work. Oof. Yeah. Yeah. An emergency trip. Hey, we've got a flight that you're going to take tomorrow. That's rough. But I'm glad that you're doing all right otherwise. All right. We're doing okay. Yeah, on short notice, getting a phone call that says, hey, I need you in LA by Monday. That's a rough one no matter what. Bonus part is he said, do you own a suit? Go buy one. I'll expense it to the company. I mean, free suit. You now own a suit. Yeah. I guess the only downside is that you, I assume because you'll be keeping the suit, you have to pay taxes on it. I have no idea what the NPC movement's going to be in here. You hate it when people own a taxi suit? It was top shelf. That was very good. That pun was a gift. Please leave before they cast fire. Cyan, come on, buddy. Come on. Thank you. Fuck. Alright. So I'm pretty sure I'm off step route now, which is a bummer, but it'll be fine. We'll make it through. Yep. Yeah, 2 steps off step route. That sucks. Yeah, so I get 1 extra fight before the waterfall. And it puts me on an encounter path that has some pretty nasty encounters on the Veldt, which is a bummer. We'll keep trucking. Self-plex? That would be a good way to make up for it. Nope. Hey, real talk? We're getting there, but the super glue isn't completely cured yet. So, frankly, it's a good thing that I didn't wait for it to cure for our next run. It's been an hour. Am I going to restart the run once it's ready? No, we're going to finish this one if I can. And here. Cyan, please, buddy. Please, Cyan. Buddy, come on, run. Run away. Go. Thank you. Nice. All right, so with how rough the Velt's going to be, I guess probably it's going to be a red split for Sabin scenario, which is kind of a bummer. I have so much healing. Please leave. Just go. BDJ FEP, thank you very much for the good luck. Thank God, no wing snaps. Nice. That's right. You arrive in Mobley's, you sprint to the shop, throw everything that you have at the shopkeeper, grab one piece of jerky, and leave. All right, first try gal number 1. Which, like, I lost about as much time as if I had gone for like second try gal, so this could be a lot worse. And if I don't screw up my movement, actually, I usually burn 2 steps on purpose on the Dottaluma split. So actually, this is okay. This is fine. 3 first-time gals, that would be so funny. It would be so funny if the one run that I'm doing no turbo, I just get perfect luck. How we doing today? My turbo controller's broken. So this is a no turbo run, which is great. But overall, things are going okay. Could be worse. Could be a lot worse. Right, I am 1 tile to the right, which is fine. Neat. Don't love that. You can't get over the fact that we have to get gal 3 times? Yeah, me neither. What's broken about it? Okay, so I've been having some problems with getting weird D-pad inputs from it for a few days now. And then during my first run of this stream, the turbo was starting to give out. So I took the controller apart. Lo and behold, there was a post that... the screw post itself was broken when I purchased the controller. It's been repaired twice now, and it looked like the super glue that I used to repair it last time had given out again. So we're waiting on a new application of super glue to cure. I don't want to put it back together until that's done. And I don't have any accelerator, so the super glue itself is it's taking a little bit of time. You can use what's it called? Baking soda, bicarbonate specifically, to speed up also the curing process if you absolutely need to in a pinch. But I'm out. It turns out when you use baking soda for the thing it's named after, you end up not having any, and you just have to wait for your super glue to cure, you know, regular style. time to 3D print a new controller shell? Is that even an option? I would not... I mean, the 3D printed things that I've owned, well, most of them have not had the structural properties that would lead me to trust their ability to be used as a controller. There's probably 3D printers and materials that would work well for that. I just haven't encountered 3D printed stuff that wants to be put under the stress that you put under a controller. That you put a controller under. Grammar's hard, especially when I'm watching a speedrun try to die. Kindest, how's it going? Just run. Just leave. Just go. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. There's materials that would be good for that. I mean, the ABS printed stuff that I've had, and I mean, you know, I don't have a printer, so my sample size is quite small. But my experience, the ABS items that I've had printed definitely haven't wanted to be, like, stressed. And that might be just older printers. It might be specific things about the print process that was used in those cases. I don't know. The Vinted headphones or PETG. That's fair. I don't put the headphones under stress, though. I will point that out. I am not gripping the headphones. As no, I do want you to have sprint shoes. There we go. Yeesh, terrible, terrible movement, terrible menu. Terrible place. I'm out of here. You do, in that you knock them off your desk? No, I baby headphones that I own. I am so careful. And if they're headphones that I didn't purchase for myself, if they're headphones that were, you know, like even in the case where, yeah, I paid you for materials and stuff, you still, like, those are bespoke. Those are basically a gift. No, I'm so careful with stuff like that. Oh yeah, yeah, I definitely firmly grip my controllers. That's not even something to hint at. That's just facts. I hate this. I hate this is what I do. I hate this even more. This is bad. Uh-huh. I'll use a potion. I'll mash some tonics, actually. Yeah, no, I have 2 pairs of headphones that Corndan made for me. They rule. it is not possible for the Thunder Rod to fail to kill that guy. The damage roll, if you're, following the speedrun route, will always be 1,448. Every single time. In fact, if you watch Dine, the world record holder of this category, and I would argue probably the single runner who's best at this game currently, in terms of RTA. Just he's ridiculously good. His split for lock scenario is 1,448. Like, you will never ever ever roll a different number, ever. So, in Final Fantasy V, rods just cast the level 3 version of the spell when you break them. And that was pretty good, right? Like, that's a pretty strong item. Strong enough that they went, that was too much. We overdid it. We gotta pull back just a little bit for Final Fantasy VI rods. So they said, all right, so we're gonna make them cast the level 2 version of the spell when you break them. And that's kind of anemic, though. How can we juice it a little bit? Just give it a little bit of oomph, but not too much. Let's have it bypass all elemental resistances and also, all magic defense, rather. And make it so that the damage roll is just always the max that it can be. That's reasonable, right? That's fine. Turns out, it was not fine. They actually made, accidentally, rods even more wild in this game, even more ridiculous than they were in Final Fantasy V. Yo, Teddy Ross, how's it going? Yeah, they tried to give rods a little bit of juice. They gave them too much juice. I'd like more preemptive encounters than I'm getting. That would make me happy. And in Final Fantasy VII, you get a party member named Rod? Do you? I don't think... Is that... What? There's a joke there, and I'm not getting it. That could have been worse. That's right. We've got General Kutan. Ref menu. Nice. Mustang, yeah. Yeah, I won with a Royal Shock. Sadly, I won with a Royal Shock on the second opportunity to do so. So I didn't actually save any time with it, but, you know. That's not true. I did save time with it. Royal Shock has a substantially faster attack animation than attacking with 2 weapons. So yeah. I technically saved a little bit of time. Yeah, always fun to see. Makes up for the fact that we weren't set up for a Royal Shock during Ultros. Wish you could just freak out and fly around when you're having a stressful day. Yeah, same. Seems like it would be really therapeutic. I might get a fight in the desert on the way to Figaro Castle, not afterwards. I'm not sure. It'll be close. Nope. We want Hyperwrist. Eesh, terrible. Awful menuing. Trying to recall how far you got in this game. You don't think it was much further than this? Never owned it? Yeah, there's a bunch of RPGs that we rented them. Perpetual DM, thank you very much for the 4 months. Hope you're doing well today. But yeah, blockbuster RPGs were always, they were rough. Because if you're not lucky, you know, you don't get to rent the same game again. Like the same cart. Even if they have another copy of the same game. Okay, so here I think that I get into a fight right before the house. Here? Yeah. That's fine. All right, next time I see that guy, I better not buffer my movement. Got 6 way back after renting it. It was a birthday present. Nice. Yeah, I also had a used copy of 6. which I think was good because it meant that I didn't get the map with the huge fucking spoilers in it. Now, the downside to not having the map with the huge spoilers is that I also didn't know that I didn't just trigger a bad ending when the world ended. So I actually reset my console, just physically reset the console, was like, well, guess I got a game over, got to figure out how to fix that one. Fuck. Okay. Cool. Good. Edgar can take a nap. He can snooze. It's fine. You overwrote your brother's save file after he had gotten to Kefka. Oh no. I cannot imagine holding a grudge against my brother for doing that. So I'm sure your brother has also gotten over it at this point. Yeah, slam dancers are terrifying. If that was targeting the full party, it was game over. I have burned 4 steps. No, I think I'm still just 2 steps behind. Am I? Am I just 2? Think so? Have I burned any? No, I'm still just 2 steps behind, so I should get right behind Dottaluma, like 1 square behind. And if I do, then that's on perfect step route for this point in the run. So I normally burn 2 steps in Zozo. So here? Yeah, great. This is perfect. All right, so we're doing well. We're sitting pretty. Oh no, I do want potions. Sprint shoes. Gucci glove, sweet, let's go. Clean. Yeah, Cyan is simply not done retorting. He will respond to everything. Deleted your 150 monster or 151 save in Pokemon Blue and played for like 3 minutes before deciding that it was boring. That's rough. You know, sometimes siblings don't think, especially when they're kids. That happens. It sucks. It's funny now, but back then you were upset. Yeah, that's exactly how it would work. Yeah, thankfully my brother and I really didn't have anything like that happen between us. We were broadly very careful not to step on each other's toes for the most part. Like, we butted heads, you know, we were kids, but nothing big, nothing like that. Yeah, we were both like pretty much into the same hobbies. I got really into Go. He never did. But broadly into the same things, which was great. It meant that I had, you know, a friend, because we were an Air Force family, so we moved a lot. So he ended up being like the one constant friend, which is pretty cool. Lady Lore, welcome in. As the youngest of 3 young gamers in the 90s. You deleted many a save file on accident. Oh, that's rough. If it's on accident, it's like, you know, I think that it'll be upsetting in the moment, but like at some point, you know, you just have to accept, hey, accidents happen. And if I'm gonna expect somebody to not hold an accident against me, then I can't do the same. Still feel bad? Yeah, no, it feels bad. If I screwed something up for somebody, I would feel awful. In your 40s now. Yeah. Same with me and my little brother. We're just help. Okay, so both so by the way, you should be following my brother. He is a fantastic streamer. Super Dave, he's great. I'll get his channel linked during the opera probably, if I have a chance to. Which I should. But yeah, we would pass the paddle. Usually if we were taking turns, it would be at a game over. Sometimes it was at a single loss of life, which meant that both of us got really good at completing like Mega Man X and X2 in a single continue. Because the stakes for not completing it in a single continue was very high. Yo, Beatus, thank you very much for the raid. Hey, welcome in, everybody. Matt? I need to understand what is this about Matt? Chat, tell me about Matt. I need to understand. I need to know. Also, hey, speaking of people that everybody here should be following, hey, if you're not following the Beatus, you're literally not following one of the legends of internet content. That's a huge fucking mistake. You should fix that. Matt knows what he did. Whatever it is, it's Matt's fault. God, I can't wait to find out what Matt did. I have to know. Anyway, Beatus, what were you up to today? Was it more Zelda 3, Metroid 3, or... Yeah, also follow Matt. It was after all the weekend? Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's a... You need earrings, please. There we go. So anyway, for anybody who's here from the raid who's not familiar with this run, there has been new tech found in Final Fantasy VI that is just so wild. And hopefully we get to show it off. If you're not familiar with it, stick around. You're going to see it in about 40 minutes, I hope. It's Coder Matt. Got it. You just watched this like last week, but there was no Moogle. Yeah, shit's changed since last week. Never knows best. Anything that you thought was going on last week, it's different now. The Japanese tasser Eddie has found just the wildest way to complete this game in, if you're the world record holder, under 3 hours. For this run, I'm going to guess probably 3 hours and 10 minutes. Among other things, I'm not using a turbo controller today, which is great for me. All right, I will be right back, everyone. Enjoy the opera. All right, I'm back. What did I miss? Yeah, the band is quite small. That's all audience. Somebody got run over by chocobos? That sounds fake. Yo, Ryudo, how's it going? Green chocobo guy's just dead? He's dead now? Dang. You think you know a guy, and then you learn that he's dead. I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for asking. I only caught a little bit of your Exerd stream last night, but it was very, very good. I love the fact that you were able to talk at length about about the specific matchup that you would have had to deal with Minimat. It's like you can feel that there's something there. You've spent like 1,000,000 calories thinking about that matchup. It's made you bald. Yeah. I have only played X2 and Strive. Like, I technically own Exerd, but I never really played it. So there's an entire part of the cast that I've never thought about. Only think about Hellfeld as a well-designed character and you'll be good. Yeah. I haven't played the most recent Strive patch, but my understanding is that she doesn't have like any of the totally egregious bullshit from Exerd. She's actually pretty well-rounded now. you really got to fight her in Strive versus sometimes just losing and going to round 2. Yeah, I don't actually know how bad it is to fight against Elfelt in Xrd, but it sounds like all of the comments that I've read about Hotashi circa Xrd are probably pretty accurate. I don't think that there's any new story out, is there? Like, I assume that if that comes up, it'll be during whatever the next story segment is. We've got Pillar Girl. Good news, everyone. If you were hoping for a blessed run, we've merged a woman with a pillar. She's safe now. That's true, we did get a royal shock. It even technically saved time. Did we get I think we got a Riot Blade, didn't we? Or was that the last run? Pillar Girl is now safe on block. Fuck. Perfect chat. Perfect first time chat. Literally impossible to get better. This run did have a Riot Blade on Ultros. What a blessed run. I can't wait to find out how this game decides that I'm not allowed to play the video game anymore. I put earrings on Edgar, so he's good. I definitely didn't get a royal shock on Ultros. Ah, this is how the game's going to decide that I'm not allowed to play the video game anymore. That makes sense. Cool. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I need to swap weapons for him. I should probably heal. I guess I will. I need one of you. Hopefully the other guy doesn't come around. Cool. Sweet. Did you choose a bad seed in your pre-caffeinated state? No. No, so far the run dedicated to Ted Woolsey has gone pretty okay. What does swapping do? So the primary weapon when you have a the Genji glove equipped can proc, and I really really want him to optimally proc twice during this fight. You save one whole turn, which is nice. And you disable that during the fight with Cyan so that he can't accidentally cancel Psycho Cyan state. Crit works too. Crit's even better than procking. You only have to crit once. You gotta proc twice. I Riot Bladed Ultros in this run. Hell yeah, what a good run. Terry even hit the Riot Blade while blind. So funny thing about blind in this game, it doesn't do anything. It gives you cool shades. It's a strict upgrade. Technically, if Strago is blind, he's not able to learn blue magic. But yeah, it's you know that? No, I know. You hang out you hang out during the stream a lot. But we've got a bunch of people in from the raid, so for people who don't know, yeah, blind doesn't do anything in this game. It's a strict upgrade. It gives you cool shades. That's it. Your brain autocorrected Setzer to Seltzer for a long time. Understandable. When the Beatus was playing 6 Pixel Remaster, he renamed Setzer to Lime Seltzer. Perfect. That is the most narrow strike range on-brand thing that I can imagine. Final Fantasy VI gets a remake. They could rename Setzer to LaCroix. Well, no, they'd have to rename him to like LaCoy or something like that. Gotta leave one letter out. LaCoy. Exactly. Perfect. Oh, I hate this. All right, so for people who don't know the speedrun, coming up is one of the real gatekeepers of this run. So the Ifrit and Shiva fight is an interesting one. Every 5 times that you hit them, they swap places. Now, whether or not you're allowed to run from a fight is based on your based on what sprites are on the battlefield at the time. That's the way it's programmed. There are no sprites on the battlefield for a very brief period of time. So the goal of that fight is going to be getting the game to register that I am running away while there's no sprites on the field. It is possible for me to be on a bad frame and for me to just not be allowed to run away. So that's what we're looking for. Totally possible to get screwed over, but hopefully that's not what happens. Keynots, how's it going? Also, I should heal before I start the fight. I think that if I buffer just X here, I can, yeah, heal before the cutscene. You're just in time for the run to die to Espers. God, I hope not. We blessed today? I hope so. I'm doing this run on a regular controller. This isn't even a turbo controller. I'm working hard over here. Manually hitting all the good RNG frames? I hope so. That's what I'm trying to do. One. 2. 3. 4. Go. 5. So now he's going to swap. And if I'm very lucky, we run away during the swap. Nice. Hey, cool. Extra steps, that's good. Technically is not going to be that big of a problem. I put the sneak ring on lock. I don't think I did. That's a really low damage roll. I'm scared. Yeah, I think that I messed up for this. Should hopefully just be a time loss, not a match loss. Yeah, just a slight time loss, not the worst thing in the world. Oh my god, Glacier Wolf, you just induced me to scroll up and see what it was that you had said. Yeah, this is definitely the human element at work. Impossible speedruns happening here. Yeah, when I had Edgar at 1 and Sabin at some single-digit number, I don't remember, I think it was 7, I was just waiting to not be able to run away, and I was just banking on Sabin giving us a desperation attack with the fire knuckle. If I had been using a turbo controller, everything would have been on a different frame. That's absolutely true. That's 100% true. Because the thing about a turbo controller is that it presses the A button much faster than I do. A 3 desperation attack run would have been very fun. That's true. At that point, probably not optimal, though. If I'm being honest. Now then, Relic. Hey, you're supposed to be wearing 2 earrings. You're meant to be wearing running shoes, earrings. Great. You're supposed to have sprint sneak. Alright, well that's fine. That seems good. Just realized I never use any of that. We don't have to equip that Esper on Edgar anymore. It's a waste of time. As a kid, you always thought that you could get the cart to take an alternate path if you press the buttons at just the right time. Yeah, I think that the Serpent Trench sets you up to believe that. Alright, let's have a good 1-2-8. Nice. That was quick. Not a great fight. There's a lot of stuff not going great there. Yeah, who never knows best. Thank you very much for 9 months. Alright, so we've got a little bit of cutscene time for me to explain for people who aren't familiar with the new route what we're going to be doing. There is an interesting bug where if you leap with Gao, it will, when you get him back, it locks the camera if he leaps as the party leader and you get him back not as the party leader. There's a bunch of weird, buggy interactions, including the fact that you can, just by moving wrong, soft lock the game. So we're going to be doing a lot of stuff to set up a glitchy, inconsistent state, which has the game, depending on depending on a number of factors, either putting the party in the world of balance or the world of ruin. So I'm going to be using that to very, very quickly end the game afterwards. Egrets, how's it going? Fred, thank you for the good luck. I also am counting on me. Really, I'm counting on my ability to not screw up and soft lock the game now. Robot fact, large industrial cranes hate funny spinning skulls. That's true. Yep, so what's going to happen, what you're going to see is we're going to do a bunch of party manipulation, which the whole goal of it is I want to have 5 members in my party. So I'm going to do that by leaping with Gao, triggering the glitch, saving the glitch on Setzer in a way that will, I'm gonna say, be obvious. It'll be obvious asterisk when that happens. That glitch is going to be saved on Setzer, and I'm going to immediately take a game over to reload a save. After that, from that save, we are going to go to Figaro and trigger the cutscene where Sabin leaves the party. And using that bizarre camera-locked glitch that I mentioned, as long as I set everything up correctly, which the window to get everything set up correctly is pretty tight, but, you know, doable, it's going to send our party out to space. And eventually we are going to overflow and no longer be in space, which is the state that I would prefer to be. We can use that to exit Figaro without getting Sabin back. So then we're going to go back to the Veld, pick Gao up, trigger that inconsistent state again, go back to the to Figaro Castle, and then at that point, Sabin rejoins the party. It's a forced rejoin, so now we've got 5 members in our party. We can use that to save some location data on Sabin in ways that I still don't fully understand why it works, which is always great. But we can use that to go all the way through the South Figaro Cave, Mount Colts, and the Leet River. And we can do a tent warp, like old school tent warping is back. And it puts us in a state where we save one tile of movement on Setzer. Setzer walks one tile to the right during the cutscene for using a tent, which means that he's no longer movement locked, which means we can walk into the thing that immediately warps us to the start of the floating continent lifting off. After that, because Figaro is on the Figaro side of the mountains, not the calling in side of the mountains, we'll be able to trigger the tentacles fight, do the tentacles fight, and then after that, it's not too bad because where we park the airship will just be on the overworld, and now we're good. We never had to trigger the airship glitch. And if none of that makes sense, don't worry. Hopefully I'm going to be able to show all of it to you in just a moment. If the run dies, I'll show it off by pulling up a couple save states on my game saver. So I'll be able to show it off. If this run dies, you can still see all of the weirdness and how it works. Shoutouts to Kieran, upgrading this cutscene. You looked away, you didn't learn how Babby is formed? In this game, Espers can just cast Babby Ga, and then it automatically is made. Like you, remove running shoes, you running and sprint. You get, why not have a sprint and you remove earrings? Cool. No longer need wall ring. Go. Please. There we go. So now it's going to be... Is that right? That's right. Like that. All right, well, no first try. That's fine. Cool. Do not buffer. Damn it. That was too early. I might get another shot in about... Okay, I get another shot. That's great. There we go. That was good. And I think that we're set up. We're probably set up at this point. Cool. Yeah, this is as intended. If they didn't intend this, they wouldn't have put it in the game. All right, so if everything is set up, I should go into space here in a moment during this cutscene. Sweet. Goodbye. Now I'm moving so fast right now. So you buffer going into the menu. And that interrupts it. We just need to get Gal back. Nice. Now we need to get Sabin back. Arkrantz, how's it going? Thank you for the good luck. We're set up okay. Now I just have to not screw up. Two extra steps. Love that for me. More extra steps. I don't think I can get into a fight there. Those two probably didn't matter. I'm just in my head. I'm further ahead than I am, and I've gotta stay focused on what I'm doing right this moment instead. That's right, all green splits with a gold split on the board, adequate. Doing okay, I guess. Yeah, we're back at this earlier part of the game, way easier. I've just decided to replay it. You know, for fun. Witch Garden, how's it going? Yeah, this run has gotten weirder than the last time you were here. Blame Eddie. Eddie found more shit. And it's pretty wild. We finally get to just say no to the floating continent. Imperial Air Force? No thank you, none for me. I would prefer this not happen, though. Specifically, I am afraid of getting poisoned. I really don't want to get poisoned. That said, we do lose door tech, and that means that I'm probably still going to find an excuse to run the old route. Because the door is so much fun. I love stealing the door. The run is adorable, yeah. Yeah, door theft was so much fun. I mean, we still do tint warps, you know, like it's 2016 again. So there's that. All right, I've already purchased tints, so we're good there. We've got 7 of them. So we should be good to go just straight onto the raft. I did purchase Warpstone, yeah. I think I purchased 2 accidentally, which is like, fine. Having an extra isn't gonna kill me. The earlier Gal route needed 2. Why are we here again? Okay, so we have an extra party member. And we are going to store... We're gonna do a party swap and force a non-update momentarily. And it does weird stuff which stores movement on Setzer. Setzer will end up with 1 tile of movement stored, and the moment that we enter a cutscene, specifically we'll be using the tint cutscene, he's forced to move 1 tile, which means that he's not unlocked. He's not locked for movement, which means that that makes it so that we can walk into the That's what lets us walk into the cutscene trigger. It's wild. Yeah, technically the world never ends in this route. What a nice story. Yeah, so here I'm gonna... just hop back onto the raft. You're dying to hear the process by which this tech was discovered? I'm pretty sure that Eddie is a warlock. So here, watch the exit. Did you see that little glitch there with Setzer's sprite? That's just a little bit of movement that's stored on him for some reason. He does a little shimmy. And then that forces him to move one step, which means that he never gets locked for movement. So we can walk right into the cutscene trigger. It's great. And importantly, this gives us an airship, and the castle is on Figaro's side, which is great because it turns out there is a particular spot that we can park the airship, and it will be ready for us. It'll just be waiting for us when we are in the world of Ruin. So I'm about to do a bunch of movement and stuff, which I believe is necessary because Eddie said it was necessary and it doesn't seem to work without it. Please don't ask me what I'm accomplishing with it. Near as I can tell, I'm doing voodoo. But it's voodoo that sets up a locked camera, which allows me to bypass one event trigger and just get to the world of Ruin. What am I accomplishing with all this? I'm winning the video game. All right, so we go, not yet. Look at the party. Find the floating continent, set up this specific party. It's going to yell at us and say that we can't. We need 3. Go up, look at the party, go down, go back up, which shifts the camera, and then we lift off. Now we go to here. We park right here. Please? No, that was the wrong spot. We park right here. That would have been embarrassing. Cool game. Sabin isn't holding up a house yet, don't worry. He will be. Technically, he's currently in our party, sort of. I think. I don't think that he has been, like, removed from the party. I think that that's what triggers the only 3 allowed in your party thing. So I think that he's in a bizarre state that causes that. Echo screen, please. There's the airship. All right, so if we try to go to Kefka's Tower, we soft lock without Celis in our party. And Celis left our party. So I'm going to time warp back to the world of balance. I'm going to go rescue Celis real quick. I think I'm also going to pick up an extra pair of running shoes. That seems good. Got sprint. Yeah, you're good. Cool. Can we name her Kutan? I don't understand the question. Look, I think that my emote name makes it very clear that her name is Kutan. You don't understand the lore for this. Okay, so every single character in this game is, before you name them, is a Moogle. The Moogles that you use in your party in the three-party fight at the very beginning of the game, where you've got lock 3 Moogles and then 2 parties of 4 Moogles. Those all just live in the character data. That's why there's Moogles in that cutscene with the floating continent lifting off. Those Moogles are Realm and Strago. So the Moogle that exists before you name Celis is Kutan. Which is why when you skip naming Celis the first time around, there is a Moogle called Kutan that is in your party for some inscrutable reason. It's because of the fact that is just who inhabits her character data. Alright, so now that we've done that, we can go and trigger a cutscene here without soft locking. Where are you? So without a real Celis in your party, if Celis doesn't have the can be selected as a party member flag, you soft lock here. So that's why we have to go and rename her. And rescue her specifically, whether or not we renamed her previously. Yeesh. So, you saw me earlier do some stuff with tints. I'm about to do it again. All of these cutscenes that you see playing out involve setting coordinate data to individual characters. Now, whenever a character is... There's Warpstone. Also, Daryl. You and I think, how about Cyan? Yeah, Cyan's good. But yeah, so whenever a character is the front of the party, they will have their coordinate data updated. But when they're not the party leader, they won't, except in battles or cutscenes. So here, I'm going to save some coordinate data on Celis, on Cyan, Celis and Cyan. Please let me out. Thank you. And then we're going to start this timer. If this timer reaches 0, we get a game over. Dang, sucks to suck, Sabin. Bye. So it was Cyan and Celis, which means that both of you need to not be there. Yeah, that seems good. Yeah. Just a couple more minutes and it's sub 3, yeah, I know. The world record is already, like, way sub 3. It's like a 2:56 now. But still, I'm having fun. That's what matters most. Cool. Terrifying. Fred, you absolutely should pick up this run. It's so much fun. So here, at the very end of the tent cutscene, the game updates the party's position to whoever the party leader's saved coordinates. So that's why we swap the party, and only after we do that, we don't leave the menu. We use a tint immediately. And we actually want to be on the same map as the people who we have saved coordinates from. Okay. Before we swap back to them. Are we still dropping a house on Kefka? Yeah. So now you... tent. You can jump down. And then from here, you can go in, swap. It's tense. It's been so long since I've done this. I almost forgot how to do it, and that would have been very sad. Cool. New PB. All right, so that timer at the bottom of the screen, that's Sabin holding up a house. And that's very interesting. You see, whenever that timer reaches 0, as long as I'm not in the middle of a cutscene, I will be pulled out to a cutscene, and then I will get a game over. And that's very important. The way that the Kefka fight is programmed, if you leave the fight for any reason other than a standard game over, the game is programmed to believe that you have beat Kefka, you won the game, time to roll credits. When that timer reaches 0, you don't get a game over immediately, you go to a cutscene. So because of that, the moment that this timer hits 0, it's gonna go, oh, you won. Congratulations, you beat the game. Yo, Power Flapjack, thank you very much for the 400 bits. MS Tang, thank you also for the 100 bits. Thank you for the PB bits. Much appreciated. New Turboless world record. I mean, Turboless really isn't that competitive at this point. Like, there's no good reason to run this without turbo unless your turbo controller's broken. That's a good reason to run it without turbo. But yeah, I don't know if this puts me in second or third place right now. So I think B-Dude was also going after this. What's turbo? Just turbo controller. It doesn't give you an advantage other than not having repetitive stress injuries on your wrist. Yo, Puka! Thank you very much for the 20 gift subs. Holy shit. Empress of Myth, Nirm, Belthazar, Volume, Kizak, Galehound, Arten Zevius, Shoenet, Norimaki, Echo, Synthpop is back, Dockley, Sailor Doom 200, Menthol Shampoo, Ungarzak, Malachi Fox, Taven Z, Cliff W, Acleon, and The Yeti. Hey, thank you. Everybody, enjoy the badge, enjoy the subs, enjoy the emotes. Goddamn, Puka, thank you very much. Sabin. Keenots, thank you also for gifting a tier 1 sub. Jeff, enjoy. Reverend Gumby, thank you very much for the 100 bits as well. Jeez, y'all. Desi, thank you for the congrats. Thank you, everybody, for the GGs. Yeah, that gold split's real. No, not game over. I didn't trigger a game over. I triggered a cutscene. Important difference. Big PB? Yeah, that's the power of Eddie. BD Jeff EP, thank you very much for the 300 bits for the gold. The game is over. Yeah, no, that's true. The game is over. That's facts. Yeah, this was the Ted Woolsey run. Three hours and 5 minutes, the power of Ted Woolsey. That's right, Tim. Thank you, Tim. So glad you got to catch that live. Hell yeah. Yeah, so now that I've got this, I promised Corn Dan that I would do a run. Reverend Gumby, who might still be in chat or might not. Yo, Lasso, how's it going? Reverend Gumby made a build of SNES 9X, which replaces all of the SPC 700 code with the original code for ZSNES, the first build with the super cursed audio. So I'm gonna have to do a speed run with that next. And I made Corn Dan put it off until I at least had a good PB. So yeah, it's stable. I've seen it a couple times, and yeah, it seems to be perfectly fine. Wouldn't be admissible, like you wouldn't be able to use it as a real PB because it's, you know, not one of the actual standard builds that are considered good for running by the community, and that's fine. Like I prefer that my PBs be on real hardware where possible anyway. It's perfectly fine. There's nothing fine about it. Okay, yeah. Fair point. Stable enough to finish SMRPG, yeah. Yeah, it seems to handle the games that, you know, are usually problems for emulators pretty okay. Yeah, I guess. Hey, how does it handle Z3? I ask because I know that Z3 does some weird spin locking stuff with the APU. So if you were looking for a good test bed to find problems, I think that just going through doors, or not Z3, I'm sorry, Metroid 3, Super Metroid. Yeah, Metroid 3, just going through doors, will spin lock waiting for the APU. So if you were looking for like an obvious, it handles Super Metroid just fine. There you go. Then I have no doubt that it will be cursed as hell and we will manage to get through the game. But yeah, and then on top of that, I signed a blood pact with Ty Tuesday, so I do need to get back to Super Mario World so that he's not doing it alone. So as somebody not familiar with this game, why are people suddenly shaving like an hour off of the previous record? Okay, so previously the route, up until about a month ago, a little bit less than a month ago, was a route that looked a lot closer, although still very, very broken. The wheels come off in the old route as well. But we used to have to go through the floating continent, cause the end of the world, do fishing, and then get to a state where we can start glitching the game by doing some frame perfect movement and stealing a timer from Thamasa. Or not Thamasa, Jador. So that's a lot of time that you spend just doing normal gameplay stuff. Eddie, who is just wild at finding stuff in this game, found out that what you could do was leap with Gao and then swap him to not be the party leader after you leap with him. And that would lock the camera in ways that you could use to bypass things like whether or not you're allowed to go down into the basement of Figaro Castle. And it turns out that if you defeat Tentacles and then you leave the basement, it sets it so that you will be on the World of Ruin. Asterisk. As you saw after one map transition in any town, it puts you back in the World of Balance until you leave town. It's really weird. It's a weird, inconsistent state. After a lot of work, Eddie found a couple of more iterations and ended up with what we're doing now. We used to still have to do the entire Imperial Air Force and most of the floating continent. And that was, of course, a lot of time. But we would end up using the airship glitch to give us an airship in the World of Ruin. But he found a way for us to spawn an airship in the World of Ruin by putting the blackjack on just a tile that would happen to cause it to appear on the World of Ruin. So we could use that instead of using the airship glitch to get an airship. It's wild. Eddie is so good at finding ways to break this game. He's been the source of so much of the tech that we use in this run for a very long time. Nori, that was Puka. Puka gave you that gift sub. Why does that lock the camera? Because the game does really weird stuff with trying to lock the camera, and it seems to have some assumptions in the business logic that I don't fully understand. But when you leap with Gao, he has party leader flagging. And so when you bring him back, it doesn't wipe that flag, even though it puts him in the wrong. It puts him in a non-party leader spot. So you're updating the current party leader's position, but that doesn't matter because the camera's locked to basically the center of the screen. And one of the things that happens is if you walk over the tile that is associated with Gao, it sends you off into outer space. And in most cases, you just soft lock. Thankfully, not all cases, it turns out. So you saw that we used that that particular interaction to warp out of Figaro Castle. Yeah, it's so wild, the stuff that keeps getting found. And the funny thing about it is, like, every one of these runs is genuinely super fun to do and super fun to talk about and super fun to show off. So, yeah, I think just about everybody who does runs is going to find excuses to do the old Jador route, for example. because it's so much fun to watch people react when they don't know what's going to happen, and they watch the game just slowly unravel. Sear Sky, welcome back. Yeah, kind of a big PB. Not too bad. Not super upset about this one. Could this be a good marathon candidate? Yes, I think so. And the reason that I think so is because you could get things set up with pretty reasonable backup saves. How doable is sub 3? World record's already sub 3. How doable for me? I think we'll get there. This is gonna stay a regular game for me. It's just so much fun. I've got other games that I want to run, so it's not gonna be the forever grind, but yeah, I think we'll get there. Balthazar, you should also talk to Dwango about that. He's done talks at conferences about security work through the lens of, in his case, tassing. But tassing and speedrunning go hand in hand in a way that he probably has some pretty good insights into good talking points for that. But yeah, I think that would be rad. Yeah, Turbo Cut's a surprising amount. There's so much of this game that's text mashing, and yeah, it used to be that you could expect pretty decent comparability, but yeah, I used to be a lot better at bashing through dialogue back before I was just using turbo controllers. I don't miss my wrist being tired like it is right now, though. So yeah, maybe a minute, maybe a little bit more. Hard to say for sure. Yeah, also, Dwango's just a great guy to talk to. That's absolutely true. So fun fact, we're coming up pretty soon here on the end of the credits. Which is why this is from JRTA timing, not a legal speedrun. There is just some state that doesn't get set, so at some point here the credits just stop, which is very funny. Yo, Grinlith, how's it going? You look away for 2 minutes in IPB? I'm gonna be real with you. I think that you've been looking away for very slightly longer than 2 minutes at this point. Yeah, it breaks the credits. So from JRTA timing, it's not a completed run. How the hell? Genuinely do not know. My best guess is that there's a flag that gets set when you recruit Setzer in the World of Ruin. Because the cutscene where people are planting plants and stuff in Collingen, that's where it breaks. Hey, and it's Guy, thank you very much for the GG. Yeah, now that I've got a decent PB, I will once again be correctly streaming on splits.red. The SNS grunt does not stand for splits.red. No, of course not. That's my domain name. I look away for 3 hours, 5 minutes, and 37.51 seconds in UPB. That's true. Yeah, it's weird. I was surprised to learn that this breaks the credits in an interesting way. Some parts of the credits use normal world tile and character drawing system. Yep, they sure do. So there's definitely some room for weird interactions there. Yeah, if the character data isn't exactly as expected. Yeah, and that's probably what happens. You would have thought that this was pre-rendered? That's tough. Pre-rendering something takes a lot of memory. And like the cart's huge. This is a 24 megabit cart, but that's only so much space, right? So it would be much easier to implement the credits in a just in your normal scripting engine. Yeah, since the only places that we go in the old route was Hollingen and Zin, it's gotta be something that happens in Hollingen, sets a flag, and that makes it so that it doesn't soft lock. No, absolutely not. It is absolutely inappropriate to say that anybody has done a poor job writing this game. This game was a technical feat when they pulled it off. We live here now. The funny thing is that this is like right at the very end of the credits sequence. But yeah, something about this, and yeah, it's got to be some flag that gets set when you. either when you take the raft, which would be weird, or when you talk to Setzer. Is this sort of thing why JRTA is always at the end of the credits? Yep. It's a different way of measuring, and it's a different, standard for what do we agree is the quote-unquote end of a game, and that's, it's reasonable. If I was to do 4, 5, 6 back-to-back, I would either have to be willing to accept that 6 doesn't get a JRTA time, or not do this particular run. But I mean, I'm sure we'll find something new, some new way to break the game. It very well might be the case that we end up with some new tech that ends up unsetting this soft lock, and we have a real run again, quote unquote real in JRTA terms. But yeah, what a good run. Immediately showing up. I heard that you were going to do 4, 5, 6 again. Yeah, sooner or later I'm going to. I gotta. The 4, 5, 6 combo back-to-back run is too fun. I just have to find time for it. It's tough.